This is all real. I know that I'm wording it like a dumb bitch, but that is my language. I speak dumb bitchinese. Hi, love. Welcome to Guided by Helly. My name is Helly, and I'm guiding you to your dream reality. So get in, love, because we are getting everything we've ever wanted. Subscribe. Thank you. I have a lot to say, so let's just get right into it. Happy 2025. I'm so proud of us for making it here. Thank the Lord. It's a new year. I love a new year like no other. I love a Monday. I love a new year. I love a new month. I love restarts because it is just a time where we can really take the energy that is already going on. Like there's already a natural reset. We're starting back at day one, month one of 365. Like we're starting over. So let's start over. Like it is no better time to really latch on to that reinvention energy. I don't even know what that means, but it's time. Okay, babe. So let's talk about it. Did you know that you can completely rewrite the story that you tell yourself every single day? So our subconscious mind controls 95% of our thoughts. Our conscious mind, which means the thoughts that we do have control over, these are like conscious thoughts that we are creating, new thoughts that we're like, I'm going to think about this right now. That's only 5% of our thoughts. And our thoughts do create the reality that we do live in, okay? So 95% of our thoughts is the subconscious mind that we kind of don't have a direct control over. And that's not accurate. That's actually not true at all. The statement I just made is a lie because we do have control over it. But it is in the back of our mind. It is happening regardless. These are the fleeting thoughts that we're not like, I'm going to actively think about da-da-da-da-da-da. When we're visualizing, when we are manifesting, when we are doing all of these things, that is us utilizing that 5% of conscious thought to create an image in our mind that then we will be, we'll call it in for us. We won't be attracted to it. It'll be attracted to us. Okay. So what I want to talk about with that is how we are going to rewire that 95%. Since 95% is a lot, clearly. It's almost all of it. We need to really rewire the subconscious thoughts that are going in our mind if we want to change anything at all. Having that 5% of conscious thought be the way that you're like calling things into the universe and doing all this stuff, you're going to face so many blocks if you're not also rewiring the back of the mind, that 95%, okay? And this is how you do it. There are so many different ways. You can do it with robotic affirmations. I talk a lot about this in a book that I'm actually writing right now. Robotic affirmations are so incredible. Think about this. Okay. Our subconscious mind was created in the first 7 years of our life. When you are born up until about 7, when the brain forms more, and y'all, I'm not a scientist. I'm literally just a bimbo talking about manifestation. So if the terms are wrong or if it sounds super silly, please just try and gather the things that I'm trying to say. Okay. So our brain is simply from 0, the day we're born, to about 7, it is just a sponge. It is only absorbing information, right? Because like when you're a baby, you need to know how life works. So you're looking around and you're absorbing all of this information on how people work, how cultures are formed, or actually, no, I don't even know what that means. But you're just like watching how people live, right? So in those 7 years, maybe your parents had no money and they were constantly struggling. And so they were saying things around you, like repeating over and over and over, like, we don't have money for that. Or like, we can't do that. We can't do that. It's too expensive. Oh, those rich people. And like saying horrible things about rich people, or just reaffirming over and over and over that you don't have money, you can't afford it. That's for other people. Those experiences, the lavish, the luxury, that's not for us. We get bottom of the barrel. We get bargains. We shop at the outlet mall. You know what I mean? Like there's all of these things that you have been told over and over and over and over and over, and you absorbed that in your mind. And now without even trying, those thoughts are running in the back. And that 95% of subconscious thoughts, they're running in the back of your mind. And so let's say you're trying to manifest money right here, right now, but you have that 95% of your thoughts are still those old stories from when you were growing up of I can't afford this and this and this and this and this and this. To rewire that, you need to now repeat something else. You need to reaffirm over and over and over. As many times as you heard that as a child, you're going to be repeating that over and over and over and over and over. And as you're repeating it to yourself, that means that we're focusing on it. If we're saying it, if we're thinking it, if we're feeling it, if we are expressing it, we are focused on it. And what we focus on will create a new neural pathway. And that will then plant itself in the subconscious mind in the back of your mind. So it's simply like, let's just use the money example. And when you were growing up, oh, can't afford that. You know, we have to shop on sale. You better get a bargain. Don't spend all your money. You have to work really, really hard for very little money and you're never even going to make it. And it's hard to make it out of your financial class. I don't even know what that is. Hard to make it out of your tax bracket. You know, all these things. So we're going to robotically affirm the opposite. So something that like when I first started working on my purses, I have like my own little purse company. I transform luxury goods. And it was funny because I was a stripper and I had to stop stripping immediately because I had a health issue. So I was no longer able to dance. And that meant I had no money and I didn't have any savings. So I naturally fell into like making art, but I still did need money. Like, it's not like I just decided one day I was an artist and then I had all these clients that wanted to buy art from me. So I used my robotic affirmations to say to myself, I make $1,000 a day. 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 Even as I just started saying that, it brought me back to the times when, y'all, my goal, like, beginning of this year, or no, sorry, it is the beginning of the year. Beginning of last year, my goal was to simply just be able to afford a coffee. Like, I wanted to be able to just like go out, get a coffee, start my day, not stress. Like, I literally couldn't afford any. I had no money, and all I wanted, to me, luxury was iced fucking coffee 5 times a week. Like, that was my luxury. So I started repeating to myself, I make $1,000 a day, 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 I make $1,000 a day. Maybe I had done that for 3-4 days, repeating that over and over and over. Let's say I did it for 4 days. I can't remember the exact day, right? So let's say on the 4th day, I got a commission for $1,200. So I made $1,200. The next day, I got a commission for $1,400. That was another. I made $1,000 a day, I made $1,000 a day, I made $1,000. The third day, I had a commission for $2,300. I was making more than $1,000 a day. Make $1,000 a day, make $1,000 a day, make $1,000 a day. I was overwhelmed when things actually started to happen for me. I literally, like, I actually don't want to show you my toes, but like, I have 3 X's right here. I'm so sorry, you just had to see my foot. I have 3 X's tatted on my ankle from that experience because I had 3 in a row and I was so happy. I was so proud of myself. I was so excited. There was something about that number 3 that just like really like was the catalyst for such an incredible year for me. And the entire year I maintained a wait list of clients waiting for art. There was never a time when I had like finished all of the art that I was making for people and sent it out. And then I was like, I hope somebody comes and buys something. Like it has been such an abundant year because of those affirmations. Literally, I make $1,000 a day. I make $1,000 a day. I make $1,000 a day. Another thing, this is something that I'm working on in 2025, is my idea, and I speak about this a lot on my channel, is my idea about men, okay? I'm salty, I'm scorned, I'm this, I'm that, call me the bitter bitch, I don't care. I am. So what do I need to do to create a different subconscious thought process? I don't even know how to say this. Y'all, this is a struggle for me. But you could say like, men are supportive. I have so many supportive men in my life. I have so many supportive men in my life. I have so many supportive men in my life. I have so many supportive men in my life. I have so many supportive men in my life. Do you see the repetition, the quick repetition? That is the robotic aspect that helps it really program into the mind. I don't know why, but like something about that, like really helps it plant in that subconscious mind. And that seed will plant and it will start to grow on its own. It really is just the beginning of when you're starting something to get that momentum going. It's like, once you start, like, okay, let's say I have a 500-pound stone ball. Okay. 500-pound stone, and I'm pushing it, and it's so hard to push. Oh my God, it's so hard to push. To get any momentum going, it is going to take a lot of effort. It is going to take a lot of strength. It is going to take a lot of determination, a lot of focus, a lot of whatever. But once I have that 500-pound stone rolling, this is a metaphor, okay? I probably couldn't push a 500-pound stone. Once I have it rolling, the weight of that stone is going to help with its continuing to go. Me trying to say scientific shit never works out. But now that I have it going, me and this stone of 500 pounds is working with me. Like now I have all of that weight working with me to keep this thing going, and it's going to roll and roll and roll and roll and roll. And let me find a little bit of a downward plane. I don't know if that's the right word. It's going to roll. Okay, dramatic. It's going to roll. It's going to roll, 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 roll. And it's not going to stop. Like, it's really not going to stop. That is the exact same thing with manifestation or any type of journey that you are on. At the beginning, it takes a lot of determination. It takes a lot of focus. It takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of continual energy. Like, you can't just like push and be like, all right, I give up. All right, I'll try again. Push. You're starting over and over and over. You're starting over again every single time. You have to just stay there. Stay focused. Use all the strength that you have to really get this thing going, and then it'll go on its own. So don't think that like if you're starting at the beginning of a journey, I'm just saying stuff today. If you're starting at the beginning of a journey like we are today is the beginning of the journey. That's why I'm saying this. I knew it all made sense. Okay. When you start at the beginning of the journey, there is a lot of effort that is needed. Maybe not always. Let's not actually make that a rule, but like, let's say you're putting a lot of effort in right now. You're not going to have to do that forever. It's going to pick up momentum on its own. And eventually it's going to roll on its own. Okay. So just put in that effort, put in that momentum, put in that strength, put in that time. It's the beginning of the year. Let's like show up. You know what I'm saying? So back to the robotic affirmations. You need to see what blocks are preventing you from truly living in the reality that you desire. Whatever you want. It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be love. There are so many people that are manifesting families, children, husbands, wives. None of that I want to partake in. That's not on my list. So make sure that your list is for you. When you hear me talking about money, if money is not something that drives you, replace money with strength, replace money with health, replace love, replace relationships, replace all of this stuff for what you are specifically focusing on this year. Okay. And all I did in 2024, I really did not have much, abundance coming in. I was so okay. All right. Like I had everything that I needed. And to me, that's abundance. Like I had everything that I needed. Like I was so blessed last year. But the most work that I did in 2024 was removing so many doubts and blocks. And that it might have felt like if, like, let's say I wasn't as like tapped into my journey and I didn't really like appreciate it as much. And I'm looking back and I'm like, oh, I didn't really do much last year. No, I did all of the necessary work to create abundance in 2025. I removed blocks. I removed doubts. I was focusing a lot on like, why I've been doing content creation for 8 years. Why am I not here? You know what I mean? Why am I like here? Why am I not here? Because there was a lot of belief right here that was stopping me from leveling up. Like me being afraid of success, me feeling like I don't really have much to say, me being scared of what people are going to say when I talk about manifestation. Because when you talk about manifestation, people are angry about it sometimes. And so there was a list of things that was preventing me from even allowing the success to come in. And all of 2024, when I thought that it was supposed to be the year of like bringing in the abundance and really seeing the blessings, it was the year of removing the doubt. So I think I'm saying this right now because I want anybody who maybe feels like they didn't do much last year to realize that in that time, in those 365 days, I bet that you have processed things in your mind and removed blocks and removed doubts so that better can come in, especially if you are looking for better. If you are out here seeking, like, let's say this isn't even the first time you've popped up on a manifestation video and you've been doing the manifestation thing for years and years and years and years and years, and you're looking at things and you're like, the reality, the things that I have in my sight, this doesn't match what I want. Like, I want so much more and I'm just not getting it. You might not understand all of the things that are happening below the surface to let that happen, to let all of the abundance and blessings come in. There's so much that has to be done. And it wasn't until today, sorry, I have like a fur on my face. It really wasn't until today that I realized how much motion I had last year, like how much progress I made, because I started the year as an artist, not really being able to afford much. I ended the year as an artist, not really being able to afford much. But the difference between the beginning of the year and the end of the year, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I have a mindset that I did not enter the year with last year. I have beliefs. I have more strength. I have more confidence. Like, I used to not be able to look at myself on camera. It would bother my mind so much that creating content wasn't even a happy space for me. And I had removed all of these blocks of I'm not good enough and I'm hiding from success and I'm hiding from being perceived. I removed all of these things that's some of the biggest work that I'm going to have to do in this lifetime. For me to get what I need in this life, that right there, those pieces of removing those doubt and all of that doubt is some of the greatest work that I will do in this lifetime. And for me to diminish that and act like I did nothing last year, suck. No. And I'm grateful that I can see this. I'm so proud of myself because I've lived so many lives and a lot of them have been really, really hard on myself. And so for me to be able to kind of do nothing in the grand scheme of things, like, I don't feel like I leveled up much in any way other than internally, other than like my capabilities now, because I don't have as much doubt as I entered the year with. That's all I wanted to say. And maybe if that resonates for somebody, love that for you. Another way, and this is probably one of the most powerful ways to reprogram the subconscious mind, is through meditation. So finding meditations that are specific for you and lists. Let me tell you something. YouTube has limitless manifestations. Limitless. Whatever you need manifestations. I meant meditations. YouTube has limitless meditations. Whatever you need a meditation for, you can find it on YouTube. So adding more meditations to 2025 and to your daily rituals is going to help really get that like underground work done. It's going to reprogram the subconscious mind. Imagine this. Imagine tomorrow you wake up and all of those thoughts of like, I can't do it. I'm not good enough. I'm so fat. I'm so ugly. I'm so broke. all of these thoughts that you don't even have control over. I know that there are things that you think every day. I know 90% of your thoughts, you feel like you don't have control over them actively, right? They're just coming and they're telling you about yesterday. They're telling you about all the things that you thought about yourself. They're telling you about all of these things. They're telling you things that you didn't even remember that you knew. And it's like, whoa, that came out of nowhere. It's your subconscious, right? And so imagine you wake up tomorrow and that story, that tape, that voice is like, you're so beautiful. You're so smart. You're so capable. You're so rich. Oh my God, girl, let's go get it. You can do anything you want. All the boys love you. You really da 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 da. Imagine how easy life would be. Imagine how quickly your manifestations would be coming in, right? So how are we going to reprogram that voice? This is the entirety of the video, the robotic affirmations and the meditations, okay? Also, if you are not someone who is comfortable with meditating, I know that it is difficult at times, especially when we first start, especially with ADHD. You pop on a meditation, you sit there and you start thinking about all the things that you, like the subconscious mind starts coming up and you start thinking about things you haven't thought about since you were 11, you know? Or you're thinking about what you're going to do next, or you're thinking about, oh my God, I wish I could just focus. I wish I could just focus. Oh, this is so hard. Oh, meditation is so hard. I understand. I really, really, really do get it. If we can't get to a happy, comfortable, peaceful place while meditating, let's start with, while we are sleeping, listening to frequencies, okay? I have spoke about this on this channel, but it is something that I would love to bring up because it is so important, okay? When we are reprogramming the subconscious mind, we can use subliminal messaging, right? Our subconscious, subliminal messaging, there's got to be a reason why those have the same beginning. Do I know the reason? No, bitch, because I'm uneducated. Y'all, I really do have like a sophomore year high school education. I was not into like school back in the day, but don't worry, the universe has educated me on the important things. The people who hate manifestation are going to love that. This girl who doesn't even have a high school education is really telling us about how we're going to be in life. Yeah, girl, I am. Back to it. Subliminal messaging. Okay, when we just wake up and when we are sleeping in like REM, deep sleep, we are in the theta brain wave. I don't know, theta brain. We're in the theta brain club. While you are sleeping in a deep REM, and while right when you wake up, the first 30 minutes, theta brain waves or theta brain waves, yeah, I don't know, is the exact same thing I was talking about from age 0 to age 7. That sponge, right? Theta is the sponge. It's when the brain becomes a sponge. So when we are in deep sleep and right when we wake up, theta brain waves are waving. I don't even know. So that means we are going to utilize those moments to reprogram the mind, okay? So right when we wake up and while we are sleeping, let's play some subliminal messages like, I'm so beautiful. Everything is so easy. I make so much money. Like the affirmations with the music and the hertz and the da-da-da-da, like the vibrations and the frequencies. Play that as soon as you wake up. The second you wake up, because you are utilizing the fact that your brain is already in theta wave. I don't know what to call it. What do we call it? Theta mode. Theta mode. Your brain is in theta mode, okay? So that means, y'all, and I swear this is, you can go Google this and it won't be like translated like a dumb bitch. Like, this is all real. I know that I'm wording it like a dumb bitch, but that is my language. I speak dumb bitchinese. So just do your own research if you need more information. But right when we wake up, theta, we're going to be listening to, I am so beautiful. I am da 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 la 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 la. And while we are sleeping, go on YouTube and type in subliminal messaging. You're going to see them where they're like 8 hours long, 11 hours long, 3 hours long. That's because it's playing the entire time that you sleep. So whenever your brain enters theta mode, it starts plugging in. All right. I'm going to let this seep into my subconscious. Sponge mode. Literally a sponge. I'm soaking up all of this information. I'm soaking it up. Imagine you let your brain soak up positive affirmations for 21 days. And guess what? You're sleeping. It's not like you're doing anything. You don't have to take notes. You don't have to pass the test. You don't have to actively sit there. You don't have to like, okay, focus on the breath. Okay, focus on the breath. Okay, now come back to the breath. None of that. You're sleeping. You're sleeping. How fucking fun. Imagine that all of high school, you didn't have to study, you didn't have to do anything. You just slept and then played your study guide over and over and over. It would just seep into your subconscious and you would know things. Everything would be so easy. And that is exactly how we are going to reprogram our subconscious. While you are sleeping, you're going to put on subliminal messaging. Go to YouTube. Ready? Type in subliminal messages for abundance, subliminal messages for true love, subliminal messages for self-love, subliminal messages for confidence, subliminal messages for everything is out there. It already exists, okay? If you are struggling, if you're going through like a really rough spot, you know, like when you wake up and you're in a bad mood and your mind is just telling you all these things, it's like, you suck. You can't do anything. Oh, you're never going to make it. Oh, you're going to be poor forever, right? Pop on some affirmations, okay? Replace this loud voice with a calming, soothing, positive voice, right? You don't always have to be in theta mode, meaning like right when you wake up and while you're sleeping. You can utilize these subliminal messaging and these affirmations whenever you need it, okay? CBT therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, they have this thing called opposite to emotion. Actually, I don't remember if this is CBT or DBT. Doesn't matter. They have this technique called, or this tool called opposite to emotion. When you are so sad, when you are going through something, and maybe you're not even going through something, but like let's say you're experiencing heavy sadness, you are going to do something opposite to that emotion. So if you're experiencing heavy sadness, you are going to do something that makes you so happy. Oh my God, so happy. If you are so anxious and like, I don't know, manic, you're going to do something calming, opposite to that emotion. And it'll reprogram your brain in these moments to get back onto the track that you are reprogramming it with, right? So like, I wake up and I'm just so sad. Like, I really can't, I'm so sad. It's just like, I can't stop thinking about all the doom and gloom in the world. What am I going to do? I'm going to pop on Shrek 2 and I'm going to watch my favorite fucking movie and I'm going to giggle, right? I'm going to do something, a movie, music, an activity, something opposite to the emotion that I am feeling when I am trying to reprogram. And that is exactly how we do it with our subconscious mind, right? So do you understand the concept of reprogramming the subconscious mind? I just want to repeat a couple things. Our subconscious mind controls 95% of our thoughts every single day. So if you are trying to manifest more abundance, but you grew up in a home that was really negative and they hated rich people and it was like, rich people are nasty, but you're like, I'm not nasty. I'm a nice person. So I guess I just have to stay broke. These are things that are actually affecting, like this subconscious mind barking in the back. These are things that actually affect your manifestations. So we need to be reprogramming them. First of all, we need to discover them. We need to understand them. We need to hear them. We need to bring them to the surface. So acknowledge these thoughts, look for these doubts, look for these blocks. When you are going through a lower vibrational time, I just got out of one, I learned so much about all of the cracks because when things were going well, I didn't see them. I didn't see all of these doubts and I didn't see all of these thoughts that were still dancing around in my subconscious. I needed to be a little bit lower vibrational so I can resonate, look around and see when I'm here, what pops up for me. And I started looking around and I was like, oh girl, we have a little bit more work to do. We have a lot of work to do. Actually, when it comes to like self-love, when it comes to what I discovered for me, and maybe I'm saying this because somebody needs to hear this, what I had discovered for me is my extreme addiction to cortisol. I have PTSD, CPTSD, where it was like event after event after event after event after event after event after event. And I didn't get the PTSD where you forget things. I got the PTSD where it repeats over and over and over in your mind. And if I talk about it too much, I'll start to disassociate. But like now, what was I just talking about? Oh yeah, my addiction to cortisol. So I realized that because I was so comfortable and so used, and when my brain was a sponge, it was just soaking up all of this trauma, that is like what I was recreating over and over and over. Things would start to go well for me, and I would go out and spend all of my money so that I'm back to zero, so that I'm like stressed out again, and now my cortisol levels are high again, and I have to like figure out how I'm gonna get things figured out, You know, like I'm back to like, oh my God, I have no money, I gotta sell something, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, Why, bitch? You had the money, you spent it, you put yourself back at zero because you were addicted to the stress, right? Or I will be doing so well, I'll be in therapy, I'll be going to the gym, and then all of a sudden I want to call that man that ruined my life. Why? Things are going so well, you dumb fucking bitch. Things are going so well. Why are you calling him? Why are you calling him? Because I'm addicted to the cortisol. And this most recent low for me, I realized I'm creating chaos because I am just simply used to it, because I am simply comfortable in it, because when I was little, every night when I was tucked into a bed of trauma, okay? So that is my bassinet. That is like my coddling is trauma. And I need to change that so that when I do have even more and even more and even more, I'm not just throwing it all away because I'm addicted to the cortisol that I experience when I do throw every good thing in my life away. Okay. And thank God I just went through that low because good things are going to happen to me in 2025. Great, like chills. Insanely incredible things are happening to me this year. And I can't stay addicted to cortisol. I can't throw all of these good things away because it's too good. I've worked so hard. It's like, it makes me emotional. I don't even know what it is, but I just know that it's going to be so fucking good that I can't be on that same cycle of being addicted to cortisol and throwing away the good things in my life because this is too good to throw away, right? So when you are going through those lows, look around. Look around, look around, look around. What needs to be cleaned up here? It's like when you get into the basement of your house, you look around, you're like, damn, I need to clean. Yeah, you do. Sometimes you got to go into your basement in your shadow period, in your whatever, in your hermit mode, in your low vibrational period, in your transitional period, whatever you want to call it. When you're there, look around, see what needs to be cleaned up. Because that's why we go down there. That's why we have these experiences of these low vibrations. Because it's like, you need to go down there and you need to see what's actually wrong. Because when things are going right, we don't know what's really going wrong. And things can go right and wrong at the same time. And if we continue to suppress the things that we could have just brought to the surface and adjusted, it's only going to bubble up later in a more dramatic way. So when you're down there, when you're feeling low, clean up a little bit, okay? It's not the end of the world, even though it feels like it. It is a moment and it will pass. And when I was in my moment, I did not think that it was going to pass. I think I had started talking about my low vibrations mid-November. So like second half of November and all of December, I woke up every single day miserable. I woke up, I mean, I was having ideations, like not like, oh my God, a plan and doing all this stuff, but having thoughts of like, I actually could not be here and that would be fine. It'd be less stressful. Oh wait, whoa, what am I thinking? What am I saying? It was like that was what was going on when I was in my low vibrational. I was more susceptible to those thoughts. I'm not saying that I was acting on it. I'm not saying that I'm depressed. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that I just got out of a moment and I have empathy for you if you're in your moment or for when you do enter your next shadow period. Just know that it does. And even when it feels like it isn't going to ever end, it does end. It does end, especially when you're down there cleaning up. When you're down there in that low vibration and you're cleaning up everything around you, it gets better. And then when it is better, it's like, bitch, I cleaned up I did all that work and now rocket ship to the next thing, you know? I hope that made sense because I don't even know where that was coming from. So we talked about the robotic affirmations. We talked about reprogramming with subliminal messaging. We talked about meditation. We talked about, what else do we need to talk about? I think I have reached the end of things I needed to talk about. I guess all I do really want to say is I am so excited for us in this year. I appreciate all of you that have been here for the last like 3-4 months, however long I've been posting these videos. I did just receive a comment that made my life, literally. They said they've been watching my videos and their life has improved and that they have gotten a new apartment, less money, better experience. And it's just like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, you know? Honestly, I don't know why manifestation is real. I don't know how this works. I don't know why people like to deny it. All I know is that it happens. Like, it blows my mind every single time. Literally last night I got a text message from somebody who I had been thinking about for the past couple of days. Like literally just like thinking about them like, and this was somebody who used to give me a lot of money. It's one of my old tricks. He used to give me a lot of money and I was like, damn, I miss that situation. Like I wish that I still had him around, but you know, whatever. The next day he texts me. I said, I wish I had him around. The universe says, on his way. So I got my trick back for 2025 and I'm very excited about that because I have a lot of things that I want to buy in 2025. So, and with all that being said, I just want to leave you with this one last message. Be so fucking delusional all year. I don't care. Like, be that annoying delusional friend. I want you to be so delusional that people have to tell you, please shut the fuck up. Please, you're crazy. I want you to be so delusional that you get 5150. No, I'm just kidding. I want you to be so delusional that like your mother is concerned. Like, babe, you need to come back down to reality. No, babe, I'm a royal princess. I'm a millionaire living in my fucking 5-story walk up in Manhattan. You know what I mean? Like, just be so delusional. Elevate everything. Elevate the restaurants you're going to. Elevate how you are dressing. Elevate every single thing and have the best year of your life. Make it happen. Make it happen, okay? Make your own luck. And with all that being said, I hope that you really enjoyed this video and I will see you guys in the next one.